dark web, we take a look at how some people benefit from selling the lives of other people. And because technology creates, either makes us bigger parasites or bigger liberators. Number 18, the benefits of concerted terror. So this goes back to the 1% and what it is, their operations. The continuation of systemized slavery with the systems immigration, this idea of opposites, the idea of a superpower and slaves, and how even the people that are at the top who are just confused with wanting to help both, and they can't, and when they realize they can't, then they must make a decision of whether they must auto-destroy themselves for a cause. So this is the benefits of concerted terror. We also take a look at cartel and mafia operations, and how is it that they use the systems. For example, we will also mention all of the cartels and systems and mafias that the mechanism controls in order to concert its misery, in order to keep the factory of enslavement going. How does the mechanism create this negative vortex going? And it does this by concerted terror. It uses the 99% to enslave itself for the benefit of the 1%. Number 19, mind infestation, the technological Holocaust. The beast is unveiled. So number 19 talks about also how it is centered on the power of your mind, how your mind is the ultimate weapon against ignorance. We will study how your mind is in constant attack, how to respond, when to respond, and when not to respond. So for example, a liberated mind, it's free from attack because the mechanism knows that it cannot bend it to its will. So what is it to be free from the mechanism? So what is mind infestation? What are the forces that are behind not just attacking our bodies, not just poisoning us with your body, but there are also mental forces at work. That is the mind infestation. And how it is that you become a survivor. Surviving doesn't come from a passive state. The surviving doesn't come from, well, I'll just pretend to be a Nazi, then I won't have to make a choice of whether I need to survive. It doesn't work like that. You cannot fool creation or God. It puts you in a state where you will have to make a choice, and that choice will have consequences. So number 20, number 19, mind infestation. How to recognize manipulation in your mind, thoughts, and actions. So it's also very important that we understand a concept from Buddhism, and that is to study the flow of thoughts in our mind, because those thoughts will manifest into ideas and then into actions. There is a process. So when you recognize that people sometimes are not themselves, then you are willing to, you operate at a different level. You operate at the top of a plateau that allows you to reason differently. you're actually free from, but we will study all of this in the number 19, Mind Infestation, how to find freedom from our programming. Number 20, becoming the master of your life, the architect of your liberty. So this is the culmination of all the book titles. It talks about what is to be the master of your life. So a lot of people go and find gurus. They find people that will tell them how to do, and they because we are used to following a Bible, we are used to follow something blindly. If your general tells you to shoot someone, then it is your survival that you do it. So, but that is not becoming the master of your life. That becoming the master of your life is not based on obedience. So it's about responsibility, to set order in a disordered world. And we have talked on how even the order that you bring will look as disorder, because people are deluded into thinking that the established system has their ultimate it's supporting their lies. Well, it's actually the total opposite. But these people don't know. I mean, and when they find out, then they reach a dead end. They reach a dead end in which they must auto-destruct. And some people are just too weak. They are not willing to be a victim of their misery. So they pretend otherwise. So that is what it is to become the master of your life. And this may not be an easy process. Remember, because we have transgressions. So recognizing the path of others, recognizing that some people might be just protecting their children, they might be just protecting their careers, they might be deluded into thinking that they're actually doing the right thing when they're not. So what it is to have immediate and decisive action. So when you are the master of your life, you're not imprisoned by all these ideas that society tells you that's the only way to live. And so becoming the master of your life gives you a power that other people don't have. So for example, we have seen how Jesus had powers that were only available to him because he did something extraordinary, and that is the emancipation of not just his emancipation, but the emancipation of hundreds and thousands of slaves. So it doesn't come from an egocentric place where I'm just going to save myself. It comes from a place, and so becoming the master of your life gives you a certain perspective that other people